Okay, so I saw on Twitter that The Ringer just updated their top 100 NBA player rankings, and I saw there was some questionable shit on there. So I want to see what the rest of this list looks like. See if there's some guys that I'd like to shine some light on. Good spots, bad spots. Let's just kind of see what we get into here. Okay, Bradley Beal, Jordan Poole, Jalen Green. Whoa, Jalen Green this low is kind of crazy to me. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, what's the season? I mean, he shot like shit. I mean, I think Jalen Green's a lot better than this. I think some of the guys who are above him, he's better. Like Herb Jones, Tumani Kamara, Dylan Brooks. I mean, there's some guys up there that I would definitely take Jalen Green over. Now, I know the Ringer does value defense a lot differently than I guess the casual NBA person does or watcher does, which I can totally respect because he is kind of like a empty stats sort of guy. And the efficiency, defensive liability, stuff like that. So, I mean, I can see where it's coming from. They usually do some sort of like potential boost, 23 years old, averaging 21 points. He's still kind of raw. They usually give him a better placement for that. But I'm not, I don't agree with it, but I'm not mad at it. I do love to see Tumani Kamara on here, though. Imagine saying that like a year ago. So they kind of group these players together, like Jalen Duren and Mitch Robb, too. And Dylan Brooks is same sort of mold as the Herb Jones or Kamara, you know what I mean? So they kind of just group them together in tiers. Seeing Vooch on here. Vooch had a pretty good season. I love to see Aaron Nesmith on here. Former Celtics guy. Always love me some Aaron Nesmith. Great 3-and-D guy. Can shoot the shit out of the ball. Has confidence. Picks up full court. He is like the engine, kind of the underlying engine with this Indiana Pacers team, and I love it. Paul George right here. Is that controversial now? Or are we kind of understanding what's going on with Paul George right now? I mean, that's a pretty bad season out of his standards for sure. But will we even see a healthy Sixers team to begin with? So will he ever get a fair shot to kind of redeem that? Who knows? But I feel like that's a fair ranking. Love to see Peyton Pritchard on here. Tari Eason this high. Anthony Simons. The Joel Embiid at 84 is what I originally saw. Wow, I was like, wow. I think I need to take a look at this full list to see some of the guys above him. I mean, I'm seeing Christian Brown, right, one ahead of Joel Embiid, which is crazy to say. Don't agree with it. I understand what's happening. The injuries. Will he be the same player again? I don't think you base everything off of that right now. Joel Embiid, when healthy, just won the MVP. He's still Joel Embiid until he shows us otherwise when he's on the court. Shout out Christian Brown, Josh Giddey. I love seeing Josh Giddey kind of in this realm as well. I thought he had a really good year. He definitely raised his stock this year just as an asset on the floor. Big, strong guard. Move over to the wing if you need him to. Facilitator. Thought he had a great feel for game is one of his badges, which is pretty cool. It's 15, 8, 7. I mean, 38% on 4 a game is not bad for Josh Giddey. You will take that, especially how he shot the ball a couple seasons ago for sure. I feel like this is a little low for RJ Barrett. I think he's a little better than this. I'm not going to lie. I'm not mad at it at all because it doesn't contribute to winning very often. But I still think RJ Barrett's a really good player. Great upside. He's only 24. He's coming off 21. 6 and 5. I mean, that's a good amount of facilitating, ball touches, and he did a lot with it. Shout out Andrew Nimhard being here too. He's been one of my favorite. Wow, he only shot 29% from 3 this year. Holy shit, I did not realize that. He's one of those guys where, yeah, he's got that dog in him. For sure, feel for the game, for sure. Off-ball defense, on-ball defense. He is the perfect guard to have next to Tyrese Halliburton. Wow, I did not realize he had that bad of a year, honestly. He deserves to be here for sure, and I'm happy that he's here because he's showing it right now. Someone who I don't think belongs up here, though, is Michael Porter Jr. I don't think he had a pretty good year. I'm not gonna lie. 18 on 40% with 6 attempts, 7 boards. Great rebounder at his position for sure. I just feel like he fell off a little bit eye test wise. Do they try to move on from him? I don't know. Injury concerns is something as well with him. We got the Celtics guys here back to back. Kristaps being 70 and trending downwards. Jrue Holiday trending downwards. Now, I watched a lot of Celtics game this year, and Jrue Holiday definitely took a step back this year, and it was more drastic than I've kind of seen in his career before. Offensively, felt like he did not have control of an offense like he normally does. I like when he's bringing up the ball, getting everybody into their sets and whatnot. He kind of is the ISO ball stopper with that team, which is good because when that team moves the ball and plays together, they're so fucking good and unstoppable. But they start playing hero ball and shit, and you see what happens. So he really held it down for a while. I just felt like he didn't have that same impact offensively. So I actually don't agree with this one. And if you're going to put Joel Embiid at 84th with all his injury concerns, I don't know how you have Kristaps this high as well. Going through the same shit. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, these guys are inseparable, huh? Jeez, I'm sick of seeing that. Get that shit off my screen. Jay McDaniels, wow, nice for him being this high. iHeart, Freddie, Caruso, Suggs. So now they're kind of getting into like the smaller defensive guards. I mean, he doesn't really play defense, but same with Denny, Mikal, Dyson. Wow. Yep. Dyson Daniels, 59th. That's really fucking awesome for him. Only in season 2, year 2. 14, 6, 3 steals, 4 assists, only 2 turnovers too. Good for a young guard. Love his game. He's one of my favorite guys. I just wish the Hawks were in meaningful games and were fun to watch or had a fun direction, because he is somebody who I could get behind watching for 70 plus games. Norm Powell, shout out Norm Powell. Jarrett Allen, Trey Murphy, Rudy, Austin Reeves. Damn, seeing Laurie this low again kind of sucks to see, honestly. Definitely a really down year since getting paid. Kind of interested in seeing what's going to happen with him and the Jazz going forward. There was talks that they're going to try to move on from Sexton, which should have happened a while ago. And potentially Laurie. Julius Randle rising his stock a little bit. I thought he had a very up and down year, but he ended it positive, which is good. You know, I don't always love watching Julius Randle play, but I actually don't hate him on the Timberwolves. Tyler Hero had a great year. Draymond. Okay, I saw this one too. LaMelo at 49th is crazy to me. One below Jalen Johnson. Desmond Bane, Scotty. I mean, yeah, we're getting to the next tier of players, and I think LaMelo is one of the best floor generals in this game. Generates so much offense, makes players significantly better around him, and there's very few guards that I would take over him with saying that. Shout out Jalen Johnson being here though. Great year, huge leap forward. Desmond Bane, Scotty Barnes, Zion. Same thing. Kyrie being this low. Dame. Wow. With Aaron Gordon still here, I don't know if I agree with that. I think Kyrie this low. I'm okay putting Zion this low. Just injury stuff. They've done the same thing with those injury bug guys. And Kyrie does have the injury bug, but he always comes back and he's always Kyrie. He's always better. I thought Kyrie had a great, fantastic year. Efficient as hell. I don't agree with this. Injury concerns for Dame, I get that too. I thought he also, stats wise, had a great year. Some of the most injury prone Dame we've seen, which is kind of sad to see for sure. Aaron Gordon up here, I love Aaron Gordon. His stock's rising. And then Thompson stock's rising. OG, great playoff run. Tyrese, huge step this year. Derek White, Franz, Alp, Zoo. Man, seeing Zoo this high and his stock rising is awesome. I really love the Clippers this year. They were one of my favorite watches, and a lot of that was because of Big Zoo. I loved the two-man game with him and Harden. I noticed how I haven't seen Harden's name yet as well, so that means that both of their stocks are kind of rising together, which is really cool. Ja Morant at 34, Trey, Bam, Sabonis, James Harden, Jamal Murray. Well, Jamal Murray being this high is kind of shocking to me, especially like over Kyrie. I just don't know if I quite agree with that. Again, I don't really care. This doesn't mean anything to me. It's just kind of interesting and a take I don't agree with. DG had a fantastic year when he wasn't injured. Great part of a great team. Chet at 27, good. Man, people need to stop hating on Chet already. I was seeing people saying trade Chet already. I think Chet is fantastic. And you need to give young players time to grow and fit in and strengthen up. Chet's super young, and he looks like he's a DPOY candidate every single year. De'Aaron Fox, I'm so excited to see a full season of De'Aaron Fox in San Antonio. I think this team is going to be super fun. I love seeing Jaren this high. I have a buddy who works for the Grizzlies, and he always preaches to me how good Jaren Jackson Jr. is and how much he impacts the game. He's their most impactful player. Jimmy, Pascal, Paolo. Love seeing Paolo. Seeing J-Dub above Paolo and JB is kind of crazy to me. I feel like JB and Paolo are a little bit more polished. I still think J-Dub's kind of raw. And he's had some great moments, and I think he is definitely in that same mold of both of these guys. Maybe more Jaylen Brown for sure. But just the scoring ability, how they score, getting to the rim. They're strong. They're powerful. I just don't know if he's above those type of guys yet. But then again, I don't care. Good for J-Dub. He's had some great moments this year, especially this playoff run. And we'll see if he rises that stock even more. Next, we got Devin Booker, Cat. Oh, man. People need to stop the Cat hate, too. Cat's phenomenal. Defense, don't ask about it. Rebounding, What did he end up? What did he average? He averaged 13. It's pretty good. I mean, I feel like a lot of the times I see Cat whiff on a lot of rebounds, and he's kind of goofy and lackadaisical with it, and I get all that. But, like, name a 7-footer who's a true center, or power forward, whatever you want to call him, can take you to the rim like that, finish. You know, he'll let you know when he gets fouled, too, every time. I really hope they don't trade him this offseason and blow everything up. I think all this Knicks team needed was a little bit more depth. Shout out Evan Mobley. Crazy that he won Defensive Player of the Year already at 23. That's great for him. Great for Cade being up here, too. Definitely proved a lot of people wrong. Took that next step for sure. The Pistons were fun. They were also one of my most watched teams. Kawhi, good to see Kawhi still up here. KD, AD, LeBron at 12. Crazy year fucking 22 going on. And he's still 12th in the league. Level 22 Dungeon Master, which is correct. JT at 10, which I'm not mad at. Jalen Brunson at 9 is so fucking cool. You would have told me that, or I would have seen this 2-3 years ago, and I would have not believed you that a 6'2", a generous 6'2", 190-pound lefty point guard for the Knicks is the ninth best player in the NBA. You know me, you know I love the lefty guards, and Jalen Brunson is one of my favorite players in the league for sure. Yeah, I love Jalen Brunson. Good for him. Dono deserves this too, for sure. Strong. Cavs had a great year. Definitely deserves that. Reese at 7. Kind of crazy to me. And I love Reese, and I feel like he deserves everything good coming for him because he's a phenomenal player. He plays at his own pace, and has his own style, that herky jerky style, which is really cool to see work. When I feel like Dono's pretty still like under respected, underappreciated. I think Dono is fucking insane. He's so confident, he gets to his spots more than like any other person in the league. Ant at 6, at 23, he's 6th best player in the league. I can't wait to see his progression because he just gets better and better and better every single year. Steph, good to see Steph still up here. Luka, and then they went Giannis, Shea, and of course Jokic. Not mad at that at all. Shea definitely deserves to be 2 or 3 right now. Phenomenal year, one of the best we've ever seen, honestly, especially if they win the finals. But number 1's pretty locked. We don't have to talk about Jokic. Best player on earth by far. Giannis at 3, Luka at 4. It's totally fine. This shit means nothing. It's just fun to look at.